Hello and welcome back. If you've been with us all morning, and if you're just joining, we're glad you're here for the 2020 Salazar event, our tribute to the life and legacy of trailblazing journalist Ruben Salazar. I'm Lori Ochoa, LA Times Arts and Entertainment Editor, and the current president of Latino Journalists California, CCNMA, the oldest Latino journalism organization in the country. Since 1999, CCNMA has honored excellence in California journalism in the spirit of Ruben Salazar. This afternoon, we are celebrating our very first national Ruben Salazar Awards in 3 categories: digital, print, television, radio, plus a special citation today. As we discussed at our last session, Salazar lost his life on one of the most pivotal days in Latino history, the 1970 Chicano moratorium. It was a moment where Salazar had achieved a status in journalism as a leader, because he was news director for KMEX, and as an LA Times columnist, finding his voice and the courage to challenge authority. He led the way for so many of us. We'd like to thank our national judges all over the country and from different platforms for judging today's awards. They are Gilbert Bayonne, editor of the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, Dino Cicchini, University of Texas, El Paso, journalism professor and former El Paso Times managing editor, and former administrative editor of the San Antonio Express News, Jody Hernandez, reporter, NBC Bay Area and National Association of Hispanic Journalists Hall of Fame inductee, Yvonne Lati, journalism professor from New York University's Arthur L. Carter Journalism Institute, Inez Russell, editorial page editor of the Santa Fe New Mexican, and Eleanor Vega, former CBS News Bureau chief. These judges are the sole arbiters of the winners of today's awards. None of CCNMA's board members were involved in the decision-making. I want to thank all of the judges for their hard work. Okay, let's get started with the awards. In the digital category, the finalists are Yvette Cabrera from grist.org for her 2-piece essay, In the Bag, Why Being Green Comes Naturally to US Latinos, and Planting Seeds When It Comes to Sustainability, the Path Forward Might Mean Looking Back. She made the point that Mexicans, like other Latin American cultures, have a rich indigenous heritage as natural caretakers of the environment, and said that the Aztecs were essentially a zero-waste society. Next, Lexis Oliver Ray and Memo Torres from LATaco.com for Two Brown Men with the same name, shot 8 days apart, throws a spotlight on the prevalence of Latinos killed by LA police. And the third finalist, Jeanette Villafana and Javier Cabral, also from LATaco.com. For these 3 Latinas are selling paletas and aguas frescas to pay for their college tuition. And I just want to say, I love to see 2 finalists from LA Taco, a great website that we should all support. And the winner is Yvette Cabrera from grist.org. Do we have Yvette?
I think Yvette's unable to be with us today.
Okay, Yvette is unable to be with us today, but congratulations to Yvette and to all of our finalists. Great work by everyone. In the print category, the finalists are from the LA Times, Esmeralda Bermudez for her powerful piece On the Shoulders of Our Parents, the Cooks, Nannies, and Gardeners We've Traveled So Far. Next, also from the LA Times, Dorani Pineda for her piece, LA Ice Cream Vendor Adapts to Life in a COVID-19 World. And the third finalist is from the New York Times, Jennifer Medina for her piece, Latinos and the 2020 Presidential Election. And the winner is Esmeralda Bermudez from the LA Times. Esmeralda.
Hold on, I need to unmute myself. I really was not expecting to win this. So I haven't really thought of anything to say. I was just ready to clap for Dorani or Jenny. I think It's important to say that it's an honor. It's enough of an honor to be nominated with Dorani and Jenny for two very distinct reasons. Jenny and I grew up in journalism together, right? We went to USC, and with the help of CCNMA and NHJ, that's the reason for why we're here doing what we're doing. So props to you, Jenny. And Dorani is one of, I mean, this beautiful rising star, very distinguished voice, young voice at the LA Times. And I'm really proud to be working alongside her and be a member of the Latino caucus, pushing for more representation at the LA Times. And I don't know, I think overall, I'm just grateful that I had a chance to tell this story at a time when Latinos are so heavily impacted by this pandemic. And it was important to just stop and honor them, and just all the effort that they put into jobs that sometimes may seem invisible to others, you know, like being, you know, nannies, taking care of other people's kids, agricultural workers, all those jobs that are so crucial. And they're the ones that are on the front lines now being most impacted. So I'm just grateful that I had the space in the LA Times to stop and honor them. So thank you so much, CCNMA.
Thank you, Esmeralda. I just have to say that story was so moving, and you've just done such incredible work, both in the paper, but also behind the scenes. And it's so important that we have your voice. And I think it's also, it's a crazy strong category because Jenny and Dorney, I mean, I love both of your work. I'm so thrilled that all three of you were finalists in this category. So congratulations to all of you. In the TV radio category, the finalists are from NBC News and MSNBC, Jacob Soboroff for a series of powerful stories from a report on how the Trump administration ignored its own evidence of climate change's impact on migration from Central America, and specifically a look at the root cause of migration of Guatemalans to the United States, to another story on how undocumented workers choose between risking health and facing financial hardship. The next finalist is Telemundo 40 Rio Grande Valley, Miguel Angel Lopez, Dalia Garza, and Cecilia Mendez. Adalberto Lopez, Martha Lisa Lopez, Denise Salinas, Sergio Garcia, Randy Serrano, Juliana Monsalve, Iris Rodriguez, and Isamar Terrazas for their entry, Matamoros Humanitarian Crisis. And the last finalist is Alejandro Tamayo and David Hernandez from the San Diego Union Tribune for their entry, Taking Back Highland Avenue, National City Embraces Lowriders. Yes. And the winner is, well, winners, we have a tie. First, I'll announce Jacob Soboroff from NBC and MSNBC. Do we have Jacob?
Hi there, everybody. I'm here, and forgive me for joining you from the park. It's my son's 5th birthday, so he's out there scootering around and with my wife. First and foremost, I just want to say on behalf of all my colleagues at NBC News and MSNBC, how grateful I am to Latino Journalists of California and CCNMA. This, you know, the title of this entry is Separated Inside an American Tragedy, which, you know, is a reference to the coverage that we all did together as a news organization in 2018, 2019, and this year. And while it's not explicitly the subject of the entry, I don't think that the reporting we did in this entry would have been possible without the support around all of that. And I really do consider myself an unlikely eyewitness to, you know, what I think will be one of the most shameful chapters in modern American history. And without having done that reporting in 2018, you know, the look that we did in Chiquimula and Zacapa at the root causes of migration for many of the people who ultimately ended up in the position we saw in 2018, I don't think would have been possible. Nor would the support we get from Cesar Condi, our new president, and our whole organization for all of the reporting we do, including on you know, the workers the situation that workers are facing in this pandemic. I want to thank in particular my colleagues Mitch Koss, Arnie Hakela, Janelle Rodriguez, my boss, Betsy Corona, Phil Griffin, Noah Oppenheim, everybody at NBC News, for allowing us to produce this type of reporting when there are so many other things that eat into the national cable news, broadcast news cycle on a daily basis. And just finally, I want to say what a great honor it is to receive this award in particular. To have our name, our organization's name associated with that of Ruben Salazar is a really great honor. And again, on behalf of all my colleagues, I want to say thank you and congratulations to everybody else today.
Thank you, Jacob. I mean, we follow your work, and it's just been, so gratifying to see so many stories told so well, and you really have brought us inside, from in 2018 in the cages and the work on the border, and we hope that the stories don't have to be as harrowing in the future, but thank you for that work.
Thank you.
Our second winner is from Telemundo 40, Rio Grande Valley, for the entry Matamoros Humanitarian Crisis. I don't know who's accepting, but there are a lot of you.
We're doing two messages, well, two people. This is truly an honor to be a recipient of this prestigious Ruben Salazar Award. Telemundo 40 of the Rio Grande Valley is profoundly thankful and humble to God for this honor. The Matamoros humanity crisis extended. The news coverage began after seeing the first hands the immigrants' dangerous living conditions. So we decided to do something really fast. We report that to hardships, not only on the local level, but the state and the national levels as well. After we addressed this situation with the president of Mexico, we received the answer really fast. Sometimes the Mexican authorities improve the living condition of these immigrants people.
Okay, thank you, Marta. And I just quickly congratulations to you. I just wanna say that this project was possible thanks to the support of everybody in the Telemundo 40 News team, from our general manager, Jose Flores, our vice president of news, Miguel Angel Lopez, the team that participated in this, Marta, Ana Cecilia Mendez, Sergio Garcia, Alberto Lopez, Denis Salinas, Dalila Garza, and our Washington team participated in this too, Randy Serrano, Juliana Monsalve. Everybody put all their heart and effort into this. So we're very, very honored and thankful to accept this award. Thank you so much.
Thanks to you both. I mean, I think it's really important that projects like these are done. I'm so happy that you're our winner today. Thank you. I'm glad you're here too. Lastly, the Board of Directors of Latino Journalists of California, CCNMA, is proud to present a special citation as part of the 2020 Ruben Salazar Awards to the El Paso Times for its meritorious coverage of the 2019 Walmart mass shooting. We were really impressed with the powerful stories that came out of a small paper, competing with so many, a story that so many national organizations converged on. And we really wanted to signal out your coverage for such an important event that I know touched all of you in very personal ways. So congratulations.
Well, I want to thank you very much and your organization. I got a lot of my training in California working at the San Diego Union Tribune, and it is an incredible honor to be recognized by the Ruben Salazar Award, this special citation. One thing that is unique, as you talked about our staff, we do have a small, diverse, but very mighty staff at the El Paso Times, and this was an attack on our homes. And as a result of that, it didn't take long for everyone in our team to mobilize and to get to work. I just think this is a perfect example, and really one of the most important awards, and a surprise to get this award. I look at this screen and I see some great journalists of color, and I want to say, congratulations to you all. Like Ruben Salazar, and this was years ago, but he started the process of allowing us to be seen as people, as professionals who could provide fair, unique, and most importantly, quality journalism in our communities. So I say bravo to Ruben, and I hope I wish he could see what he's done over the years. Ruben was from Juarez. He grew up, spent some time in El Paso, and I know that he would have risen to the moment and joined us in covering the El Paso mass shooting. It was an attack that killed 23 people. It was a binational attack. It was an attack driven by hatred, and our coverage provided that. What we did that I thought was unique is that we focused on the victims. And these victims were Hispanics and Mexican Americans and Mexicans for the most part. We stayed really focused on that. We also wanted to make sure that this country did not forget that this attack was brought on by hate speech. The motive for the attack is as clear as day. And regardless of what you want to talk about in terms of US policy, the facts are simple. You had a man travel hours and hours across Texas to come and shoot and kill brown people. So this isn't a debate about access to guns or any of that, or freedom of speech. It's really was important to let the community know what the motivation was behind this attack. And the thing I want to close with is, when I became an editor in 2003, I got invited to a small town called Abilene, Texas, and it was a high school graduation. And it was a graduation of Hispanic students. It was a Hispanic Student Association that had this banquet. And I reminded people that that they were part of the U.S. dream, that they as Hispanics were part of the American story. And in our coverage of Walmart, I wanted to make sure that people understood that these were innocent Americans gunned down because somebody wanted to vilify them and do it in a hateful way. I hope that our coverage turned back, even just for a minute, some of the hatred that was building in Texas, and showed how racism and white supremacy have no space in our country. So I just will close by saying, I know our staff is small, but you made a big difference with them by recognizing their work, and I will forever thank you for that.
Thank you for those words. It's so powerful. I think that I love that, on our first time going national with these awards, that we can honor small papers, large networks, and everything in between. There's so much important work that all of you have done that makes me, it moves me greatly. And I think there's a lot more work to be done, and we want to support you in that. And it's been an incredible morning from our first panelists, with Jenny and Cecilia, and through the Chicana Moratorium project discussion. And all of your work is just so inspiring. And I want to encourage all of you, if you haven't joined CCNMA, please do so. We could use your energy and ideas. And we're going to, keep going with these. We've got the Latinas influential journalists event. We've got lots of plans for more workshops. And we just are very grateful for all of you. You're inspiring, and